guess so. Actually, there is a podcast that I know about that has trended because of me. And oh my gosh, I really wanted to address them because Timon and Pumbaa, they were literally talking about my body and how my body is in prison. I mean, have you seen how they look? Like, have you guys seen how they look? Like, have you ever looked like a before picture? Like, you can't even change, you're just like that. So I saw that and I was like super scared and I was super worried because a lot of people get to be on that podcast, but it's just males, and I was just worried, like, why is it just me as a female? So batho ba na lo di fitlisa ba sa pitla ka rena vele. I'm so high, guys, it's so crazy. So whatever I say, just never mind it. But then I overthink things and I'm just like, konje sala wa irahala so litleke la fitli la novela ka nna vele gore a fitlhe to the ways. That was scary. Anyways, everyone is like, you should try the Big Brother thing, you could win the show, blah 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 blah. I just feel like whenever there's like a lot of people around me, I can never be as confident as I am. Higili one tweets that people have about this girl called Cyan Boujee, which happens to be me, and they just talk about me having to be on Big Brother, and I'm just like, yes, you gain when you finally win, but like, are you sure that you're gonna win? And then number two is, it doesn't just impact you, it impacts a lot of people that you don't even know, and you have to be in sagas with, relations with. Oh, that's just a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Funeral ya ma-R5 nearly bang. I actually don't know him personally. It's so crazy. Even if utswa Pitori, nna ke tswa Mamsiena, apparently utswa akitse social outreach vilna akinits. Azanka mona, but yeah, shout out to him. Do you make enough money on YouTube? Guys, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. Like, like I'm putting questions in dintsi ka batho bo botlhe mo lefatsheng, dilo tse tsotlhe mo lefatsheng nka raraba, mara ke e go itshintshetsang because I don't know. So maybe you can ask other YouTubers, but I don't know. Like, I'm in between. Like, I get to get YouTube. Ke salmara. I get to tswele pele ke bangwanya no fitla on or ke no tloela. Like, I don't know. So I think people, because I saw that certain like couples like from America and all, they make a living now from YouTube. Imagine, that's crazy, right? So maybe maybe but yeah, I don't know what to say. Please finish up the podcast story. So the only thing I remembered about the podcast, right, that I spoke about earlier, is like these two guys, they were talking on their podcast about Cyan Boujee and how much like like, okay, let me put it in a different way. They were saying that I don't look like the way I look on pictures. I look nicer in pictures. And then in person, like, I look completely different and whatever. And I'm just like, what? Like, nigga, you in your 70s or something, and then you're gonna talk about a 21-year-old girl, and you look like a before picture, and you look like the craziest guy on the internet. And Timon and Pumbaa ba nnete ba te tshwareletse a ba bolele ka batho because ba itsora ba fitla mara ba too, like, they're so confident. Opera says 13 to 14, complete opposite, 10 times Kurwetse, I just wanted to actually offer them like we have Dr. Pet that does lipo for men too, and there's also like a skin brightening person who does like, you can just change certain parts about your body before you get to speak about me, because like I used to keep baby Amara, like you're trying so hard. You're only relevant through podcasts. Like, if it wasn't for a podcast, like, we wouldn't even know you. Like, Kiri, I'm the top 5, like, person on that podcast to get to, like, 1 million views. You know, Kilifiti seeds. You guys are trying too much, and then you're gonna start by, like, being nice to me and, like, begging me to be in part of, like, your birthday gigs and all. Hurlifike! Begging me to come to podcast and making it seem like I'm there to talk about a certain topic like the COVID, if they rahala and stuff, only for you to actually interview me and I shut the fuck up. And then a few months later, when you feel like I'm not an important factor in your life, then you decide to change and be like, oh my god, I've been person so young says patung mar. Let's not feel like no, it's like Bona, before you speak about anyone, and I've said this before, guys, before they check yourself first. Like, don't use people to like make a living for yourself, because we know that if it wasn't for this podcast and having to bring people firstly to manipulate them and then finally have them on your fucking podcast or like reviews, we know that if it wasn't for that, you'd be a fucking hobo. So just have pride, like please. No, 21 years old, she just turned 21. She is just trying to make a living for herself. And you just try to like tarnish her name to just have views. It's crazy. I'm a pizza. Yeesh. Shem, just don't start me. Like, just let me be. Like, say whatever you want to say. Oh, sebele motho yo mara bone sayeng ape in person. Iseng hore o ira podcast re bolela ka nno re pianong sayeng and then o gre di views ka yona. Oh, guys, nah. I would never do that. Like, just grow up. Like, don't you have wives and like grandkids? No. Like, you have a living to like make of like the good things you do, but instead you just being negative, like Timon and Pumbaa. I want to peel, I'm told. Mara ke number 1 ya bolela ka batho ya mama nga fitla you are mo only bilana TV ku yena you are only mara wena you're not even black. Have you ever seen someone that's not even black? Like, he turns to then be navy blue, like the way he's so dark. Like, you have to focus on yourself. Like, you have so much to do. And but like the confidence they had when they spoke about me, because some things are not even worth it. Like, you're just like, wow, you think like that? Do you even have a girlfriend? Now it's in because there's no one that will deal with such. Who does a podcast to speak about people when you are navy blue? You have so much to do. Ngar drama ya Jojo. Kurwetsa witsuru motho kam thusa kae cause la ka ira fade ya pitla la ka ira letwa ya pitla kurla ka ro para Gucci nyana pitla kurla ka ro driver GCI ya pitla o tfitsa ka batho number 1 wena o tfitsa ka batho ngwala batho o bolela ka batho ba beyang wena o beyang wena wena ho lebeletse mo spilling maybe spilling selection maybe I kids yo msadi ole maybe ngwa yona am posta maybe I ke tsopatetse di-million gore a mo kry-ele sepili sa o nagane gore o fitlhile cause a fitlha